Show you how I'd like you to do the exam, how to format it when you send it to me. Okay, so you're going to click on the exam. This is our home page. There's the exam. Okay, I want you to read this cover sheet, but I don't want you to include it, but please read it. It's important. So I'm asking that you cut and paste all the problems. So you can go, the first time I will use these commands up here, but then I'll start using keyboard commands. These are the keyboard commands. Okay, so you copy it, you paste it into Word. Okay, let's go to number 3 because that's like sort of like one of the first hard ones in it. It's very similar to a lot of the problems on test 4. Okay, read my hints. I can't emphasize this enough, right? So I say hint, you test the theory of what's in the HO and you try to prove what's in the HO. The H1, and I say for the plain English, cut from my examples from lecture or practice problems and modify it. Okay, so let's look at lecture 17. Here on page 10, okay, this is my first example. Here's where I say, remember I said test the theory or try to prove? I'm sorry, this is a PDF, so the cutting and pasting will be weird. If you want me to send a Word document, I can. You'll see that when I try to paste the 7 steps. This is why I ask that you do not send me a PDF. So I'm just going to use a keyboard command to copy. Remember, same as just you go up there, right? Okay, so I ask for the answer here. Just paste it there. I'm using the keyboard command now. Okay, now you would modify this to fit your variables. Okay, next thing I ask you for the 7 steps. Here's the 7 steps. Okay, I'm on PDF, so I'm just going to do 2 of them. If I try to do all of them, it's going to act all weird. Okay, you'll see what I mean in a second. I'll go down to 6. I'll try to go to 6. Real quickly, note here that I show you how to do the math, but on the exam, I just ask you to use SPSS. Okay, if you read the cover sheet, I say, just tell me what SPSS says. But anyway, here's the place where you need your 7 steps. Watch, the format is going to be all weird. Okay, you can do this. Step 2, boom, boom. Step 3, boom, boom. I won't do all of them just for the sake of brevity. But for step 6, okay, what I want you to do is provide me with the SPSS. All you have to do is paste the SPSS and say SPSS says TR is equal to, and then you type in your number that you get from SPSS. Okay, I provide here, I ask you for step 7. You could provide it in here. I just put this here because a lot of people ignore when I write it in other places. Okay, but part of our step 7 is always explain what's in plain English. So I'll always tell you what we're going to test or try to prove when I ask you for this. And then step 7, I say, what do we conclude? But I always provide it for you. Okay, step 7, here it is, right? You can cut and paste and modify to fit to your variables. Okay, so please, for the exam, cut and paste that. If you don't do this and you start editing stuff out, I'm going to send it back to you. The whole reason why is that I'm not trying to be a jerk, but the reason why is I can refer you to hints when I give you feedback, or if I'm grading it, you don't turn in a draft. Okay? Don't include this. And if you are going to send me a draft of just one question, please don't include empty problems. Okay, just send me one problem at a time. All right? So that's the end of this video, just to show you how to cut and paste and what I mean by the cover sheet on the exams. It also applies to test 4.